Hello guys, hope all of you are doing well. So today I come again with a new topic in SuccessFactors. But before proceeding, I'd like to thank you everyone because for your positive feedbacks in my previous uploaded videos, and I have received a lot of emails from you as well. I have not able to go through all of those emails till now, but I'll promise you that I'll go through all of those emails and try to reply you one by one. I also received a lot of new scenarios based on which you want me to prepare the videos. So please keep watching. I request you everyone, so please keep watching. I'll try to prepare the videos one by one on those topics as well. So as usual guys, today I come again with a new topic here to discuss on a new version, means the new point of success factors, and try to share my knowledge and on those points actually. But before proceeding, I'd like to request everyone, so please subscribe my channel if you have not done it yet. Hit the red subscriber button and hit the bell icon as well, so that if I upload any new video, you can get the notifications at the earliest. And you can find my previous uploaded videos as well in the top right corner. Here actually one eye icon you can find, and the playlist name is Success Factors. So if you click the playlist, you can find all of these my previous uploaded videos. So let's come back to our today's topic now. As you already seen from the thumbnail, that we are going to discuss today how to make fields read-only dynamically in recurring deduction portlet. Actually, this is one of the gaps in this SF actually, and we are trying to identify the workaround solution for that. So from this line or from this thumbnail view, you might be confused what kind of topic is that. So let me just explain you first theoretically, then we'll go to the system and try to see what I'm talking about and what is the workaround is there. So if you check, if you already work on the EC-COM portlets, so you might be aware that there is one portlet called recurring deduction. So what is this recurring deduction basically? Suppose one employee from one employee's recurring means in recurring basis, from one employee there are some deduction pay components are already assigned. Deduction pay components, for an example, like your PF contributions. So PF contributions is going to be deducted every month, means monthly basis, from your salary, right? So that is occurring every month or as a monthly basis. That means it is a recurring pay component, and it is a deduction pay component because salaries from some amount is going to be deducted from your salary for the PF contribution part. So in that screen, recurring deduction portlet, suppose in your organization there is a structure called employee have some permissions, your line manager have some permissions, and your HRBP means employee HR have some permissions, and admin or HRs, whatever the services you have, admin have some separate permissions. Now there are some specific pay components where line managers or your supervisor or your managers, they should not have some permissions to the particular pay components. That is the means restriction, means permission based restriction structure of your organization. But the means don't line manager should not have permission, in the sense, means line manager should not able to add or edit any pay component for pay component in the recurring deduction portlet for any employee. So but if you or if you notice that, suppose your admin or employee HR already assigned one pay component, for an example, that is charity contribution. Okay, so this pay component is already assigned to some employee. Now line manager, if go to that employee's recurring deduction portlet and click the pencil icon, that means the edit option. Okay, in that case, line manager may not able to change this pay component, but they are able to change the amount or currency or frequency, these kind of fields. So that is one kind of violation in your permissions. Okay, so and these fields we cannot restrict via RBP, role based permissions. So suppose you might think that this can be restricted if I don't provide this pay component permission to the line manager, and line manager not able to edit any of the fields. No, that is not happening. That is the gap I am just talking about here. So suppose you don't provide any permission or don't provide any edit permission for this particular pay component called charity contribution to the line managers, and still means, and suppose for any employee, your admin or employee HR already have the permission for this particular pay component, and they have assigned this pay component to any employee. Now line manager is going to that employee's recurring deduction portlet and click the edit icon. Then they can find these amount field, currency field or frequency field. These fields are become editable for the line managers. That means they can edit the value at any point of time. So that is not desirable, and that is one kind of gap of or violation of the RBP, and that is not controllable from the RBP side as well. So we will see what is the workaround for this gap in SuccessFactors today. So let's check out the theoretical configurations steps first. So what are the steps? First step, actually we need to here one field is going to play a very critical role here, that is called the edit permission field. Okay, so if you check any MDF, because recurring deduction, this portlet is basically an MDF, standard MDF in SuccessFactors. So basically, if you check any MDF objects definition from configure object definition tool, then you can find edit permission. One field is there, that is also a standard field. So this field we are going to use here to come up to a workaround of this gap actually. First step is need to enable edit permission field in the configure object definition. Second step is set the visibility of that field in configure object definition as read only. Okay, so you need to you can set it as a edit as well, but not required. If you set it as read only or visibility read only as a option of the visibility of that field via configure object definition, that is sufficient. And now the final step is we need to create one UI business rule and assign to recurring deduction portlet to control the visibility of those fields based on the edit permission field. Okay, that means if one employee, like a line manager of any employee, they should not, if they don't have any edit permission for any pay component, like charity contribution, the pay component, the screenshot I have shown in previous slide. So on that pay component, manager don't have any edit permission. If they don't have any edit permission, then other relevant fields of the of related to that pay component, like amount, frequency or currency, those fields also will turn to be read only for the managers. That means they are not able to edit any data of those fields. So let's check out in the system. Might be my statements or my explanations may confuse you, my theoretical explanations. Let's check out in the system how it looks like and how we can apply this workaround. Right now I've just logged into the instance here, and first let us check to our permission roles. Okay, let's go to manage permission roles. Go to MSS permission that I have created for managers permissions purpose. So let's go to here. Click permission, go to employee data, where we can assign the permissions of any pay components. So here let's try to find our recurring deduction pay component. Okay, charity. Yeah, here it is. So here if you see, in manager's permission role for this particular pay component called charity contribution, here only we have provided the view permissions, not the edit permission. If you see, this is the view, this is the edit, and for that particular pay component we have only provided the view permission, not the edit permission. That means if manager, if we check via manager's login, then manager should not able to add this pay component to the employee, or they should not able to edit any pay component, any value of this pay component, means assigned amount or currency or frequency, any of those fields of the pay components which is already assigned to the employee. They should not do that. They should not able to do that actually. Now let's check in the system how system is behaving with this permission. Now go to let's go to one employee here, mark uh, Mark Robert. Excuse me. And if we go to these employees recurring deduction portlet, so here is the recurring deduction portlet. There is already one pay component, charity contribution, is already assigned to this employee. Okay, now let's go to the manager's login of this user. Who is the manager? Let's try to find the manager first. Okay, really Francis is the manager of Mark. So let's go to really Francis login, proxy really Francis. Just keep in your mind, for managers we have set only view permission, not edit permission. That means manager should not able to edit any of the data for the charity pay component. Okay, now let's try to see how system is behaving for that. Let's go to Mark's compensation data. Okay, let's sorry, let's go to now recurring deduction portlet. So here, as manager can have the view permission. That's why charity contribution is already assigned to Mark's recurring deduction portal. He can see the data. Manager can see the data. But what about if we click the edit button? Then edit button, you can see charity contribution, these pay component only have the view permission. That's why you're not able to change the pay component, but the other relevant fields like amount, currency, frequency, all of those manager can change. Okay, USD or whatever it is, they can change as per that. So this is one kind of gap, because to restrict the manager's permission for this particular pay component, we have set the view permission only. We have not given any edit permission. But in reality, in the system, manager can change these pay components relevant field, means amount, currency, frequency, if that is already assigned to that employee. Okay, by clicking the edit button. So this is one kind of gap. So today we are going to see how we can overcome this gap actually. For this, we need to go to first recurring deduction objects definition part via configure object definition. So let's uh, become self, go to configure object definition, and go to recurring deduction. So recurring deduction is a standard MDF, as I already told. So in this standard MDF, you can find two objects. One is the recurring deduction and another is the recurring deduction item, which is associated to recurring deduction. So we need to apply this rule based on the recurring deduction item level. So this is the header definition, and let's go to now item definition. Deduction item. Yeah, so here you can see this field is available, edit permission. Okay, so first of all, this field need to be enabled uh, for your in your configuration. So enabled means the status should be active for this field. It is there, and the visibility you need to set as read only for this field. This is the first step. Now the second is we need to create one business rule accordingly, one UI rule specifically uh, to manage these gap in the recurring deduction portlet. So let's go to the UI of the recurring deduction. How we can go to the UI? So you can find these deduction UIs from manage data, configure deduction UIs, deduction screen IDs. So here we need to assign all of these deduction screen IDs. From there you can find what is the UI of the recurring deduction. Just copy that UI, go to now let's go to manage configuration UI, and search that recurring deduction UI here. And now here we need to maintain one UI rule. Yes, make fields read only for no perm. Means this is the rule name I just created. So what is written in this rule? Basically we are checking if recurring deduction has permission field value is equals to no, then the other relevant fields like pay component, amount, percentage number, unit of measure, currency, frequency, all of these uh, become non-editable. Editability we have set as no, basically. So it is a simple one. You can choose these fields from here, like amount field. You can find editable fields, and there you can set this visibility as no. So this is how every field you can choose from this drop down and set the editability as no. So this is the simple rule we just need to build for our purpose. And after building this rule, you need to assign it from edit property in the onInit rule as well. In the onInit rule you need to assign that rule. Also in onInit UI rules as well, on insert UI rules as well, you need to assign this rule. So in both places, means on during initialization of the UI screen or during the insertion of the pay components as well, this rule will follow, and it will restrict that amount, currency, frequency, those fields to be read only for the managers. So we have assigned this rule to in on init and on insert events. And now let's see how your system reacts on that. So again, let's proxy to the manager. Yes, this is the manager of Mark Robert. Go to Mark's compensation. Right. Now recurring deduction. Yes. Now let's click the edit button. And when I click the edit button, you can see these fields has become read only. So now it is as per the company's policies. Means I logged in as a line manager, and line manager should not have the edit permission for this pay component in the recurring deduction portlet, and now it is following for that. So this is the workaround you can apply via this UI business rule, that if any pay component which should not have any edit permission for any employee, so from there those fields, those are relevant fields of that pay component, like amount, unit of measure, currency, frequency, all of those fields has become read only for that user when that user try to log in or try to edit that pay component data. Okay, so hope you means this explanation is clear to you, and you can apply this solution to your projects as well, because this is one of these useful tricks or business tool we can apply from our project's perspective to make our project successful. And this is one kind of workaround as well for the gap of this SF portlet actually. So thank you, thanks for watching the video. So keep watching, happy learning. Thank you guys, thank you, bye.